Hello everyone, this is Maria from Maxiphysio. I prepared for you today a group of mobility exercises and stretches that should help you with your lower back area and your hip area. And all you need to do for this set of exercises is a mat that you can lay down on the floor at your home. So we're going to start lying down on our back. For this, the easiest way to lie down is just helping yourself with your arms to lie on your side and then roll onto your back. And we're going to try to keep our feet about hip distance apart, keeping your knees also in line with the hip bones and maintaining as much as you can your arms long through the mat, shoulders open and the back of your neck lengthened. We're going to start mobilizing the lower back area and the hip area. So for this, all you need to do is try to round or flatten your lower back into the mat and then very gently release, trying to create, if possible, a little bit of an arch into the opposite direction. So if I keep my hands here, it might be a little bit easier for you to see it. I'm going to round my back and then I'm going to arch away. This should be feeling comfortable, shouldn't be painful. So the idea is just to try to get you feel a little bit of movement through the center of the body and bringing the awareness into that area. We're going to continue doing the same movement for another 4 times. And ideally I'd like you to repeat these 10 times or so, but you can always do more repetitions if you feel you need to. So I'll go for one more. I'm going to arch, I'm going to round, and I'm going to come back to that sort of neutral start position. From here, what we're going to do now is progress this into a little bit of a glute bridge. We're going to start lifting only the hip area and then we'll be progressing the range as we go. So I'm going to start rounding my lower back. I'm going to try to squeeze a bit the glute muscles and I'm going to be lifting just the hips. It's just a pelvic lift to begin with. And then I'm going to return down back to that neutral. So I need to release the hips from the mat. And we're going to repeat it again. I'm going to round and lift the hips. And then I'm going to return back down to the start. And we're going to go again. So the idea is as you start doing the lift or progressing the lift, you should be feeling there's a little more work to do also through your glutes and your hamstrings, the back of the hips, the back of your thighs. But always trying to focus on mobility. Yeah, so it's not just about the lift, it's about trying to get your spine and your hips moving a bit better. We're going to go a little bit higher now. So I'm going to go again onto my glute lift or pelvic lift, and I'm going to try to continue lifting, if I can, all the way up to the shoulder blades. And I want you to pay attention to the rib cage area. I don't want you to think of popping your ribs out or up. I want you to try to keep the ribs on one line with the hips like so. From here, I'm going to go down from the breastbone. So think of melting the rib cage down. So we start going through the upper part section of the spine. And we're going to continue going segment by segment, trying to picture your vertebrae going one after the other till we return to the start. And I'm going to repeat this again. I'm going to lift the hips. I'm going to continue lifting the mid-back area. And I'm going to stop when I reach onto my shoulder blades. I'm going to hold it there for a moment. And we're going to go again down from the breastbone, ribs, lower back, until you return the hip area. Very nice. We're going to go again. We're going to repeat another 3. So we're doing about 5 in total. But as I said before, you can always do more repetitions if you feel your body needs more or it feels nice and you want to try to add a bit more work to your body. And we'll go again. Lifting up. That's great. Good work. Lower down. And we're going to go for one more. Reaching up. And you're going to slowly take your time to return back to neutral. Great. Once we finish this one, I'm going to take one knee up, then the other. I'm going to hug the knees softly towards my chest, and I'm going to just rock a little bit side to side, just to make sure my back gets a little bit of release in case you were getting stiff for any reason. From here, I'm going to return my feet back down, and then this time I'm going to bring my feet together and my knees together. The arms, you've got two options. You can open the arms wide like a T, or you can take the hands like so at the back of your head. I'm going to demonstrate like this, because it feels a little bit nicer on my body to stretch with the shoulders too. But you're welcome to do this other position if you prefer. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start dropping the legs towards one direction. So you need to notice that your hips and your feet are going to be lifting, but your shoulders on both sides should stay down, and you're going to turn your head to look towards the opposite direction to where your hips are going. So if my legs are to the left, my neck is to the right. You will be feeling a bit of a stretch across the chest as well, not just the sort of the spine and the hip area. From here, we're going to come back to the center, and we're going to repeat the same to the other side. So again, the hip and the feet will be lifting, but the shoulders should stay down on both sides, and my neck is going to turn again to face the opposite direction. We're going to come back to the middle, and we're going to repeat it again. And as always, you can hold it for a bit longer on the side that you feel stiffer if you need to. But otherwise, we'll keep it going nice and dynamic with a little bit of a pause in between, but try not to stay there for too long. And we're going to go again. Very good. We're going to be going for 10 in total, so it'll be 5 repetitions each side. We got 2 more each way, or 4 in total, to finish this exercise, which should be feeling nice, yeah? It's always pleasant on the spine, even if you feel stiff, but it will get your lower back opening a little bit, and your hips also mobilizing a bit, which is very important. Last one. And back to center. Great. From here, my arms are going to go down by my side. I'm going to be taking my right knee to the chest. I'm going to extend the left leg down. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be opening a little bit my right hip. The left arm is going to stay down on the ground, so it gives you a little bit of support. You might feel a little bit the inner thigh on that right hip. From here, I'm going to come back to the middle. I'm going to swap my arms, and I'm going to bring the right hip across until you start feeling a bit more the outer area of your hip. And if you want, you can turn your neck as well as I'm doing. Then we're going to come back again to the middle. I'm going to swap my arms, and I'm going to try to open up again my right hip. This should always feel gentle, yeah? Try not to force it too much. Shouldn't be creating any pain on your hip joint. Great. And we'll go again. So we're going to aim again to do 5 repetitions each way, or 10 in total, going in and out. But of course, again, if you need to add more, you can add more. So, as we finish this one, we're going to change legs. So, I'm going to be taking my right leg down, I'm going to take my left knee up, and then I'm going to stretch my right down again. I'm going to start going out. So again, my right arm will stay down for support, and I'm going to open up the right hip what I can until I feel that gentle stretch to the inner thigh. From here, I'll come back to the middle, and I'm going to bring the hip across. And you again are welcome to turn your neck to the opposite direction if it feels natural and nice for your body. And we'll go again. If you can go wider, but make sure it's not painful. Shouldn't be uncomfortable on your hip joint. And we'll go again across, trying to get that lateral part of the hip opening. So you should give a gentle stretch to the inner thighs as we open wide, and a gentle stretch across your gluteal area as we go across. I'm going to go for the last one here, both ways. And as we finish this exercise, we'll come back to the start position where with both legs bent like so. And we're going to roll to our side. We're going to help ourselves with one hand to come up. And we're going to finish doing our cat stretch. So, I'm sure this is an exercise most of you are familiar with. We're going to start with the hands about the width of the mat, which should be roughly about the width of your shoulders. And your hands should try to be right below the shoulder joint. Now, if you've got wrist problems or your wrists don't like this position, you could go on your knuckles like so. And it will be exactly the same. So you choose what works best for you, or if you need to modify it as we go along, feel free to do so. The knees are going to be about the width of my hips and should be also roughly knees right below the hip bones. So from here, we're going to try to start neutral or straight. Yeah? So one line from the back of your head, shoulders and hips. From here, all we're going to try to do is allow the hips and the rest of the spine, including your head and neck, to round, and then the opposite, allow the hips and the rest of the spine, including your head and neck, to arch, keeping the shoulders always wide. And it should be feeling nice, yeah? It needs to feel pleasant. And we'll go again. We're going to come back onto that rounded position, and then we'll go back again onto the extended position. And we're going to repeat it again. Every time we go into the movement, whichever direction you're doing, we're going to try to get more mobility, if possible. So working through your range and through your own stretch. Very good. Yeah, you should hopefully start to feel a little bit looser. I'm going to demonstrate one more time. So I'm doing about 5 in total. But you can do again more repetitions if you need to. And as I finish this one, I'm going to be sitting down onto child's pose, which is when we drop the hips down and we keep the arms lengthened. Now, if you've got knee problems or hip problems and this position doesn't work for you, you can do it with your hips slightly elevated and just drop the chest down. But if you're comfortable, we'll try to go down like this. We're going to hold this for another breath. And then slowly we're going to come back up into upright. So, this is just a group of easy stretches you can do to help mobilize and stretch your lower back and your hip area. I will be demonstrating a few more options as we go along with these videos to help us during lockdown. I hope you enjoyed it. If you got any suggestions for any other exercises or stretches you would like to work on, please message me or drop me a line. And if you also enjoy the video, please subscribe. Thank you for joining and see you hopefully soon. Bye.